Breaking news, not quite, in batshit bonkers Britain, where Trump is on terrific form over at the United Nations. He called them the United Nothings, told them they're achieving the sum of diddly squat, complained about the fact they couldn't even fix an escalator or a teleprompter. He went on to call the little Muslim mayor of London essentially He said that Keir Starmer for recognising the state of Palestine, and then he managed to block Macron's motorcade and told Macron that he better get out and walk. It was a glorious day for Trump and a great day for Americans. In other news, Brigitte Macron, wife of President Macron, is going to submit scientific and biological evidence that she is a woman. What are these pictures going to be, we wonder? Are there going to be pictures of Brigitte Macron's minge? Like, is the president's wife clunge going to be sent to the courts? Because having seen Macron's wife dancing, I certainly wouldn't want to see pictures of that department. And finally, Wes Streeting says we should trust doctors, not Trump, over things about Tylenol and paracetamol. Clearly, I'm no doctor either, but having seen what the doctors did to people during the time of lockdowns, refusing to treat cancer patients, forcing the state injectables into people that didn't need it, trying to our elderly in nursing homes, would I trust a doctor at this point? I think that's going to be a no. Quite frankly, I would rather see pictures of Brigitte Macron's clunge than I would trust a doctor. That's it, my darlings. Batshit bonkers, Britain.
Trump began by ridiculing the UN itself, dubbing it the United Nothings and accusing the institution of accomplishing the sum of diddly squat. He mocked technical mishaps at the venue, from a faltering teleprompter to a broken escalator, turning minor glitches into symbols of what he described as global incompetence. From there, Trump pivoted to one of his familiar targets, Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London. Trump, who has clashed with Khan for years, once again dismissed him with disparaging language, criticizing his support for recognizing Palestine. The comments struck a chord in Britain, where debate over the Labour government's approach to Middle East policy remains heated. If his swipe at Khan was predictable, the showdown with Emmanuel Macron was less so. Trump reportedly blocked the French president's motorcade and told Macron to get out and walk. The episode captured the essence of Trump's pugilistic style, quail parts theater and provocation. Meanwhile, Brigitte Macron, France's First Lady, found herself at the center of a bizarre subplot. Reports suggest she is prepared to submit medical documents to silence conspiracy theories about her gender. The development has fueled a new wave of tabloid speculation, and while Hopkins's commentary veered into crude territory, the issue itself has touched off a broader conversation in France about privacy, sexism, and the role of public figures in defending their personal identities. Domestically, British politics was pulled back into the fray, with Shadow Health Secretary Wes Streeting urging citizens to trust doctors rather than Trump on public health. The statement comes as the Labour government seeks to rebuild confidence in the NHS after years of strained pandemic policies. But the public mood is conflicted. While Streeting insists on deference to medical expertise, memories of lockdown decisions, cancelled treatments, and vaccine controversies still linger. Hopkins's trademark style, irreverent, cutting, and often vulgar, provides a distorted but revealing snapshot of the current political landscape. Trump remains a lightning rod at home and abroad. Macron faces scrutiny both personally and politically, and Britain continues to wrestle with its own credibility crisis in governance and healthcare. For all its theatrics, the batshit bonkers Britain roundup underscores a sobering truth. The intersection of politics, personality, and performance is shaping international debate as much as policy itself.
So I worked in the Biden administration, and I think we did great work investing in the jobs of the future. The Inflation Reduction Act, the infrastructure bill, even the CHIPS and Science Act, all made sure that we were investing in advanced manufacturing and then clean energy jobs. Trump, on the other hand, his big beautiful bill, his big ugly bill, is removing those tax credits. And removing those tax credits are going to lead to higher energy costs for Americans. Under his presidency, electricity costs have already gone up 10% for the American household.
It's pretty rich to hear someone from the Biden administration talk about increases in energy costs. And I think to the point of the UK, we need an energy abundance agenda. There's a lot of talk in the US right now about an abundance approach where we need wind, we need a lot of gas, we need solar, we need a little bit of everything. But right now, the left in both the UK and the US have made a decision that this vision of net zero, which is somewhat anti-human, because if you really want that, you just would have no human beings, that is more important than the comfort of consumers in their homes. The UK has dropped their energy consumption, but they have also dropped their energy usage. I've been to the UK. I would like some air conditioning, and I bet some of y'all would too.
Well, listen, we've dropped our energy consumption because the prices are extortionate again. I mean,
yeah, but it's better than your approach. It's better than America. The IEA estimates that over the next year, Europe's energy prices are going to stay level. But in America, they're going to go up 3 to 4% because of Trump's policies rolling back the investments in green energy. The Biden administration had an all of the above energy policy. We had the highest U.S. oil output that we've ever had, but we also invested in green energy and green technology. And because of Trump's big ugly bill, we are going to have less jobs. That's confirmed by the Congressional Budget Office. We are going to have higher energy costs, and that is what Trump ran on. He said we were going to have a better economy and lower costs, and his policies are making and doing the exact opposite.
But underpinning all of this, though, is this idea that you were going to save the planet.
I mean, I wasn't.
And you are going to destroy the planet.
And you'll notice that they don't really talk about this anymore.
Correct.
This whole idea that we were going to be dead in just a couple of years and that the world was doomed, the Democrats stopped talking about it because the apocalypse wasn't real. I'm told a lot of people today on the internet are talking about the rapture was supposed to happen, some sort of TikTok craze. Well, I was also told the world was going to be over.
Well, the rapture folks, from what I've seen on TikTok, seem to be on your side. They seem to be a little bit more on the religious fundamentalist side.
Which is exactly the religious fundamentalist energy that the left brings to the climate issue. It is a borderline religiosity about, we need to cleanse the earth of human beings that bring wretchedness and dirt and emissions.
We didn't eliminate human beings. What we did is we created green energy jobs here in America that we are losing because Trump's one big ugly bill is cutting those investments. These investments were so popular, Republicans took credit for them, specifically the Inflation Reduction Act's investments, even though they voted against the bill. And they were so popular that some of the provisions, not all of them, but some of the provisions were, stayed and weren't completely axed because they know it's good for their constituents and it's good for America.
But Trump's logic is that you've got this liquid gold in the ground. This is the drill, baby, drill.
Sure.
And if you can access that, then you can power human beings into the future and you reduce the cost of their energy bills.
Energy is how we can actually connect the West again, the EU to the UK to the US. We've got to be united against some serious threats that are raising themselves abroad, whether it be Russia and China, what have you. We actually have to unite and support one another, and for some reason the EU is still addicted to oil from our adversaries while feigning to be against them. We've got to come together, build stuff again, support each other on free speech and energy. That's going to make us strong so that we can face our opponents in the future.